In this fourth video, we really now begin to reflect on this order, this form that Luther has presented in the Small Catechism on Confession and Absolution, Ministry of the Keys. We're going to do so in this question here. Why is it dangerous for someone to be too prideful to confess their sins or to believe they have actually sinned against another person? So why is it dangerous for a person to be too prideful to really confess their sins to God or to think that they've really sinned against someone else? Now, we can see how if we only practice confession and absolution in the church during a worship service, which is generally a general confession, not getting into the details and particulars of sin, if we only confess that, then we might struggle. This is a real good question to ask. We might struggle to truly own our sin with other people. So you could talk about that too. Why is it easy to just generally confess, I'm a sinner? Sure, I sin. But not so easy in the face of a situation where you're wrong and you've sinned. Why is it harder to confess then? As a kind of a twin question here, why is it dangerous to be too prideful? To think you have to confess or that you need to confess or to think that you've actually sinned against somebody else? As you think about that and discuss, listen to these words from Ezekiel 33, verse 11. As surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, I take no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but rather that they turn from their ways and live. Turn from your evil ways. Why will you die, people of Israel? From that passage, again, we see God's encouragement. I ask you to confess, to own your sin, to swallow your pride, to confess to others. Not because I'm into humiliating you, not because I love to see you miserable. No. It's to free you. And that was really his plea with his people in Ezekiel's time. Why won't you just confess? Why won't you just admit you're wrong in your sins so that I can forgive you? So consider that and return to that question. Why is it dangerous to be so prideful to really own particular sins and to confess that you have sinned against other people? God's blessings as you consider that, and we'll see you in the next video.